until my well runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby.
What's shaking bacon? It's me, Keisha, and I am here with this week's AllTea All Shade, Married to Medicine, Season 10, Episode 2 review. The episode starts off with Toya in the car with her boys, and she's talking to them about sex education, about this book that she brought for them because one of her sons has a little girlfriend. I think it's the oldest one. And I was taken aback because they showed the name of her boy's school on their shirts. Normally they'll blur that out. And I wonder why she allowed that to be shown. Maybe they don't go to that school anymore or something. But I thought that was very careless that they showed where those little boys go to school. But anywho, so Quad visits Phaedra at her home. And she also introduces her new boo thing in a flashback scene. And he was fine. I give you that. Baby, he was fine. Phaedra and her go and sit down in her living room, and Phaedra calls out her butler, Benji. And I'm like, Phaedra, you got a butler. I really feel like she hired this man for the show as a flex. Like, get out of here. So Quad says that she hasn't been around the girls because she had to take a step back. And I'm like, is this what we really doing? Yeah, I guess, because she wasn't speaking to some of them. Okay, she did take a step back. But let's not front and act like the reason why she hadn't been on camera is because she was taking a step back from the girls. In all actuality, she wasn't in episode 1 because she hadn't started filming yet. Now, what the producers and the editors did was they edited Quad to be in the show early on when she wasn't actually even filming. Quad didn't start filming until midway through the season. She didn't start filming until around the time that G and Sweet Tea got married. So mind you, this is not going in order of sequence the way things actually played out. What we're seeing tonight was months into filming. So remember that as you're watching, that they skipped all of that and pulled her into the beginning of the season when really she wasn't around until midway through the season. So they sit down, and all I could concentrate honestly was they wigs, because here you got Phaedra with this wig on with no lace, and the part was as skinny, child, as the lines on the palm of my fingers, or the palm of my hand. And then you got Quad part, which is as wide as Goodfella. If you live in St. Louis, you know what street I'm talking about. And both of their wigs just looked a mess. I'm like, can y'all please get a lace front? Please. You don't have to do the baby hairs, but these look shake and go wigs, y'all not gonna bother me with them. So after I was peeping they horrible wigs, Phaedra tells Quad that, you know, T is around and that Sweet Tea is really cool with Toya. And Quad was like, oh, I could figure that, you know, because she hate me. She don't like me. She always basically coming for me. And I was like, Quad, don't act like you no victim when you was coming for her left and right all last season. Let's, like, please stop. You accuse this girl of burglarizing a cast member's home. Shut up, please. Nobody sees it for you, Otis. So then Phaedra brings up how Toya said that Quad had a DUI. And Quad was like, I did, but the case was thrown out. And Quad then brings up Heavenly acting funny towards her. And that Phaedra then says, she said you deserted her. Now this goes back. Now remember how on episode 1, Heavenly was kind of being shady towards Quad in her confessionals and stuff. Once again, this is because Quad had not started filming. And so she was being funny towards her because she didn't know whether or not the girl was going to film or not. And she was feeling some type of way. So Quad was like, she sent me this picture saying having lunch with a new friend. So what, you don't want me around? And it was a screenshot of her and Sweet Tea. Now, I remember when she took that photograph. That was literally in the beginning of them filming. Now, mind you, this is in the beginning of them filming. So when she took that picture. So by the time we're seeing Quad at Phaedra's house, they midway through filming at this point. So if she in fact did send her that picture, that's very shady. That's so silly and ignorant and childish. And once again, like I said, Quad and Heavenly aren't friends for real. They're really not. They're friends for the show. Because there's been too much shade and backbiting going on between them. And the things that Heavenly has said about Quad, like, why would you be friends with somebody like that? All for alliance on a show. Gotcha. So Gregory comes home from work, honey, to a home cooked meal from Sweet Tea Child. She done made a arroz con pollo or something. And they sit down, and we learn that T works from home as a program coordinator for the government. And she discusses with him this wedding. And he says that he's paying for it. And that's pretty much all he know how to do and that he can do, because it's overwhelming for him to be paying for all this. And she was like, well, I'm paying for it too. And he was like, well, what's the logistics on how much I'm paying? She was like 90%, but I'm doing all of the work. And he basically feel like that's what she should be doing. And she was like, basically, I need your help or I'm going to turn into a bridezilla in a minute. And he was like, you know, the most important thing is the actual wedding. He still never said he was going to help her. It's not funny, though. It's not funny. But honestly, truly, yeah, I understand that she needs help. But what he going to do? And I do low-key agree that if I'm paying for 90% of this, the least you can do is work with a wedding planner or somebody to do all of this, or get a friend or a sister to help. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. What y'all think? Do y'all think he need to pitch in and help even though he paying for 90% of the wedding? Or do you think that he has the right to just sit back and let her handle it? Y'all let me know down below in the comment section. We then see Toya FaceTime Sweet Tea and invites her to her wine club event that she wants to introduce the ladies to. And I actually think that that is a really good idea. The way that she had the packages packed up was really nice and, you know, just really clean and sophisticated. I think this is be a really good thing for Toya. So then we see T go to a bridal dress shop to pick out a dress, and she has one of her girlfriends with her. And Toya and Phaedra join her as well. And I peeped that Toya then got some work done in between seasons. She got lipo because her stomach is flat and that belly button was wide. But she looked good. So T said in her confessional that she invited Phaedra because she wants to befriend Gregory's friend group and get to know them better, which is, you know, a nice step. But I didn't like when she was trying on dresses and Phaedra made the comment to her that she was butt challenged. It's like, first of all, you don't know this girl like that. Everybody don't want no big, wide donkey booty like you, where you got to wash in between your legs like 5-6 times a day. Child, don't nobody want all that wagging and that weight behind them. Everybody don't want that, okay? And I just think it is rude. Like the girl trying on dresses, she barely know you. She's trying to get to know you and you throwing shade at her. And obviously this wasn't the first time she's made that comment, because he was like, you keep on coming for me in my butt. Girl, I would have cussed her and her big lip looking like she got peanut butter stuck in behind them. Girl, oh, that just irks my nerves. I hate when people do that to people. And then in front of other people, like calling them out. It's just so rude. So T said in her confessional, I'm not fresh off someone's table like you guys are. I'm natural. And she should have said that to her face. That's what she should have said. So while she's in the dressing room trying on another dress, Toya asks her friend how they met. And the girl was like online in a group forum for women who date older men. And Phaedra was like, oh, so y'all sugar babies. And she was like, no. And T was like, no, that's not what a sugar baby is. And that's exactly not what a sugar baby is. A sugar baby is a young girl who literally has, whether it's an older guy, a guy her age, a middle-aged guy, it don't matter, taking care of them and financing them and their lifestyle. That's what a sugar baby is. And they actually have a website called sugarbabies.com. And I sure went on there at one point in my life because I was thinking like, child, if it ever get hard, if hard times ever come about, I will become a sugar baby, honey. But anywho, so that did have Phaedra and Toya looking like, Like, oh, what? But T makes it clear that she joined the group after she got with Gregory because she was like, it's hard to talk to her friends about it because they don't get it. They're not dating older guys. And she says in her confessional that, you know, they get stares and things when they're out in public. And she was like, one time when she was out with Gregory, somebody even pulled her to the side and like asked, was she okay? Like she was kidnapped or something like that. I don't really see a big age difference between them physically where I would be concerned. Like, Greg don't look like an old rickety man. He looks nice for his age. And Toya don't look super young to me. Like, she looked like she's 31. Like, I don't really get that. In the end, she ends up finding a really cute pretty gown. I don't know if that's the one that she actually got, but it was really, really pretty on her. We then go to Toya preparing for her wine club event that she's going to introduce to the ladies. And Eugene tells her to be prepared for some of the women who she knows for a fact will be shady towards her and to not let it affect her because she should already know how this is going to, you know, roll out. Basically, he was talking about Heavenly and probably Jackie. And maybe even Simone. So she has the event at this really nice lounge. It was really pretty the way she had everything set up, but she had been drinking a little bit before she got there. So the ladies arrive and Heavenly come dressed like an overgrown Girl Scout. I don't know where she was going with that pleated mess and then that horrible wig. Looked like somebody pissed on it. So Toya gets to going with her little speech telling them about the wine club, but she says that she keeps drifting off because her ass is tipsy. And so Heavenly was like, you been drinking? And Toya was like, no. And T was like, you wasn't drifting off yesterday. You and Phaedra, we went dress shopping yesterday. And Phaedra was like, I thought it went great. And T was like, y'all were mean. They flashed back to even Toya saying to her, you know, she gonna have a girdle on that will help snatch the waist more, you know. And T is not a fat woman. Do she have a little pudge? Yes, she does. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, once again, y'all are getting to know this girl, you know, and this is going to be on television. It's a sticky place to be in. So Toya and Phaedra apologized to her. And then here come Heavenly story and sometimes somebody said you weren't in therapy for dating older men or something. And Phaedra was like, no, I didn't say that. I said she was in a group for dating older men. So we already knowing Phaedra doing what Phaedra do, running back and telling people stuff, being messy. So Heavenly was like, what do y'all talk about? Y'all listen to different music and stuff? What is it? And T got her ass and was like, you want to join? Like, and so Heavenly was taken aback by that and was like, I mean, my husband is just 6 months older than me, so I don't really think I should be able to join the group because he only 6 months older than me, you know. And I'm like, girl, shut up. Yeah, you weren't expecting for that comeback, was you? So then Alicia arrives. I think that's the child name. Really pretty girl, but I'm like, you ain't did nothing yet. Like, we need for you to punch it up, step it up, because it don't seem like you bringing much of nothing, girl. You just playing the background. So Simone asks, did anything else happen that needs to be talked about? And T says that at her engagement party, she felt like they were all ganging up on her by consistently bringing up Quad. And that would have got on my goddamn nerves too. So Toya was like, me? And she was like, yeah, all of y'all did it. And they, in fact, did. So Jackie was like, I apologize. You know, that was wrong. Shut up, Groot. Be quiet. So T was like, you know, I've had it up to here. Like, I've literally had it up to here. And she looks like she's about to cry. And I notice every time she sits down that she wraps her hands around her tummy. You can tell like she's very sensitive about her body and her shape. She doesn't feel comfortable within herself. You know what I'm saying? Because she's always like, she's trying to cover up herself. You know what I'm saying? And so Simone asked her what's wrong. And she was like, look, let me pull you off to the side. So Simone takes her to the bathroom and asks, you know, what's wrong? And T was just like, you know, I don't have time to take care of myself. You can tell like she's going through it. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to get pregnant, can't get pregnant. She's planning a wedding by herself. She's on a brand new television show, being in front of the cameras, They're constantly bringing up his ex-wife. These heifers is coming from me left and right. Like, it's a lot to deal with, and she's the youngest out of the group, and they keep on coming for her. Well, not they, but certain people. You know what I'm saying? So I feel sorry for her. I really honestly do. In the bathroom, T tells Simone that she doesn't have support at home regarding their wedding, and that she thought Gregory would be more involved. And Simone was like, girl, if you want somebody who is going to be more involved, you should have married a woman. Like, period. Like, he ain't gonna do nothing to make you more upset and stressed out and aggravated. So, girl, T also says, I'm new here and it's hard to get acclimated to everybody. And Simone gets it. She's an OG. She gets it. Like, this is a tough group. And she points out in her confessional that Heavenly is the toughest. And we all know that Heavenly like to fuck with people. But Heavenly needs to meet somebody like me that's going to mess back with her. Okay? I'm going to mess with you before you even mess with me. I'm going to make your life a living hell. Okay? So Heavenly outside says to Phaedra, every time I look at you, I see Quad. Have you talked to her? And Phaedra was like, yeah, she doing good. I told her about Sweet Tea and everything. And, she said she was happy for them. So Jackie says that it's tough for them because they don't really know how to navigate this whole thing, considering the fact that Quad has not called them and is not speaking to them. So they don't really know how to feel about the whole situation. So T and Simone come back out and they play this game, and when T was like she was ready to go because she was tired or whatever, she gets up to leave, y'all, and the girl turns around and the tag on her dress was sticking out. So immediately Phaedra and Jackie and Heavenly get to laugh, and it was like, girl, oh God, no. And so Alicia helped take the tag off, and here go Jackie in her confession home. So the girl wanted to take the dress back, y'all. She ain't got the money yet. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel so bad for this girl because she just keep on, making one mistake after the next, and they just laughing at her and stuff. And I'm like, poor little Tink. Oh my goodness. I know that was so embarrassing. And then to know that it was on television. But see, what she should have did was like, the tag show is on. I'm taking this sucker back tomorrow. Y'all got me messed up. Sure is. Like, she should have owned it. You know what I'm saying? In that moment, she should have owned it. But I just felt bad for her. But Heavenly did tell Toya she was proud of her. But Toya was like, yeah, it's huge coming from Heavenly, but Heavenly is a hater at the end of the day. Heavenly's opinion wouldn't mean a damn thing to me. Let me tell you that. Until she get that ugly house redecorated, until she learn how to dress, until she get a better hairstylist, she can't say nothing to me. Okay? Period. At the end of the episode, we see Phaedra meet up with Dr. Gregory for dinner, and she makes another little smart comment about Sweet Tea having a flat booty, and I'm like, do you want him to like your butt? Is that what it is? Like, what's going on, girl? Anywho, after that, she questions Gregory on if he's really sure he wants to get married again, and he was like, yeah. And the reason why she asked him that is because she feels like, T has made some interesting remarks. And I get that. So Gregory says that their age difference was an issue with him in the beginning because he didn't know if he was the predator or the prey child because, she was the one that got on him. And I mean, with who he is, what he does for a living, his reality TV background, I understand that 100%. So he does say that he, however, feels really safe with her and comfortable with her. And he never felt that way with Quad. So Phaedra was like, you got a prenup? And he was like, no, but we've talked about it. She's open to it and I'll get one. And so Phaedra's like, yeah, do that. And I agree. He should do that. I 100% agree. And she needs to do that for herself because now that you're on this platform, you're going to get a lot of money out of this show. Who knows what type of deals you can get and stuff like that. So she needs to protect her assets as well. So Phaedra in her confession was like, I hope she really loves him for him and not what she can get out of it. But she also notes that she hasn't seen Gregory this happy in years. And that was the end of the episode. Next week, child, they're going to have quad pull-ups to this girl bachelorette party. And baby, when I tell you, it would have been some nook if you buck up in there, because you got nerves of steel coming up at my bachelorette party. I don't care if we are on the same show. All that screaming and hollering, nah. I would have punched her in her ish. Period. And then I would have got to punching whoever invited her. Because y'all got me to the up, okay? Fuck to the up. But overall, I'm going to give this week's episode of Married to Medicine B+. It was good. It was good. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section what y'all thought. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.